Hey everybody, hi, it is me, Lisa, the love coach, Lisa Concepcion, certified professional life coach, who focuses on love and dating and relationships and personal fulfillment and reinvention, all the things that people in life want to experience joyously, joyous living. I'm waiting for people to hop on this Facebook Live because the information that I'm going to share with you is very timely and it is very much something that people have been asking me for. So I wanted to come on here and share what I've been doing in these days since the election had happened, and now we're in this season of what the hell is going on. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of up in the airness, and usually when we don't know the answers to things, we get anxious. It's a normal thing. You might feel it in your chest. Some people might feel it in their stomach. Maybe they haven't been eating right, they haven't been sleeping right. Like, these are all the side effects of stress. And I'm going to jump into what it is that I'm doing, where I'm at now. And hopefully, if you're seeing this in your feed and you're feeling the energetic pull to watch this, it's because the information I'm about to share with you is aligned with you. So let's jump right in. I'm going to start off with a piece of scripture that I came across in the last 48 hours that spoke to me. Wanted to share it with you because I do believe that this is far greater than just a Donald Trump or Joe Biden affair. I think this is a spiritual war playing out with different people, of which Biden and Trump are representative of what's good, what's evil, and there's confusion between the two. So yeah, Taz is chilling. So this is just a testament to the kind of vibe that I keep in my house and my surroundings. Dogs typically pick up on the energy of their owners. So as you can tell, my little Tazzer isn't given zero. He is just like, no fucks given, chilling in the corner, super relaxed. So let's begin. The scripture is Ephesians 6:11, which says, "Put on your full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." Let's repeat. Put on your full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. That's Ephesians 6:11. So why am I beginning this little time with you with that? Well, I believe that every day we have an opportunity to decide how we start our day. Do we start our day just, human, we're gonna wake up and jump in the shower and take whatever bullshit life throws at us? Or do we want to take a second to get into gratitude in the morning, to ask for how we want the day to go, and to be used for service, and to say, okay, I'm here, you gave me another day, thank you, use me for the service of others, and shine your light upon me and help me shine light upon others. And while you're at it, God, I would like to put on your armor that will protect me so that I can take my stand against the devil's schemes. Now, the devil's schemes can come from many different ways. Typically, it comes from lies, deceits, betrayals. So in a way, what we're seeing now is one big deceit. It's one big lie. It's one big deceit. The devil is busy at work. And basically, this whole election of a country that is supposed to be free is called into question. We have one side over here saying, bullshit, the election was fair, Trump's being a baby, he's a total narcissist, he just wants to have his way. And the other side over here are saying, no, this election was blatantly corrupted. It was done so on purpose to satisfy an agenda that will put all of us, mankind, into a global dictatorship. This is the theory. So if you're watching this and you're on one side or the other, it's inconsequential. Like, this stuff is for people who are looking for light. This is for people who are looking for truth. So the people who are not interested in truth, they will watch the mainstream media and they will be programmed by whatever the mainstream media says. And the people in faith are saying that is lies. The devil is at work. The media is complicit in the lies. And it's a one big manipulation. It's intentional. It is meant to divide us. So what we have is a spiritual divide, is what's happening. When you say the nation is divided, it's true, but it goes deeper than just red states and blue states. It goes into faith versus the faithless. So I'm going to jump into this and I'm going to encourage all of you to armor up in your faith. Armor up in your faith. Whether that's a morning ritual where you journal, you get into gratitude, you lay in bed with your dog and pet your dog, whatever your thing is that gets you connected to joy, where at that point you can ask God, please put armor upon me to shield me from the deceits of the devil. I'm going out in the world and people are going to be throwing shit at me left and right. I'm going to get my energy and my mind and my entire soul aligned with the goodness that is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. This is where I'm at, right? I want to have alignment for my day. I want to know that I set the intention that this is going to be a positive day. I'm going to be used for service. And what is coming at me is meant for me. So I have not watched mainstream media in months. I just don't. I am very particular about what it is that I consume. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. But what I've been doing is the following, okay? So when I'm in a situation where I'm getting into doubt and I'm going into that spiral where the devil is literally trying to pull me over here, be afraid, be over here with us so I can control you, I say, wait, hold on. I am shielded and protected with the armor of God. Therefore, I can ask before I go over there and I'm manipulated to go over here into fear land. I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, what do I know to be true? What do I know to be true? What do I have faith in? And what is faith? Belief in the unseen. Belief in the unseen. The faithful person says, I believe that these votes are going to be tabulated and all of this stuff that we're seeing coming out in the news is going to stick. You can't have an election that's thrown to shit. It's unconstitutional. There are things in place that are going to help us out. This is all good. This is all good. And what we have an opportunity to do now is to pray and to get even deeper in our faith, in our deep knowing that we're going to be okay, right? So us humans want to see it to believe it. Faith calls upon us to be in faith first, and then we see it. It's flipped. I'll believe it when I see it. No. Believe it, and then you will see it. Believe it, and then you will see it. You need to be disciplined in the difference. Danny Cohen, my love, I hope all is well with you. I live you. I think you meant love. I live and love you too, Danny Cohen, and you agree. We're good, babe. Honey, we are. We're all good. And I'm going to tell you why I know for sure. For all you people out there are like, yeah, but Lisa, like whatever. I'm watching the TV and this is what they're saying. And it's a whole other side thinks this and whatever. And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to help you put the brakes on that. And I'm going to give you some reasons that I slipped into that ground me in my faith. So the first thing that I ask myself is, when I'm swirling into the fear land and whatever, and I'm not chill like Taz is right there, I start to get like, oh my God, it's going to be a disaster. I ground myself and I say, okay, here's my question. What do I know to be true right now? Well, I ask myself, who endorsed Joe Biden versus who endorsed Donald Trump? So let's look at this for a second. Donald Trump was endorsed by people. Joe Biden also endorsed by people. Let's look at Joe Biden. Who does he have? he has Cardi B. Now, what do we know of Cardi B? She was, I believe, a stripper. She lived an incredibly immoral life. She's not an epitome of light. I don't see light in her. I see a lot of darkness in her. And the hypocritical Hollywood elite also backing Joe Biden. These are people who are like, yeah, everything you say, Joe Biden, lock us all down. I can stay in my 22,000 square foot home overlooking the Hollywood Hills with security and big gates and fences, and I can call my security team to keep me safe, and they have guns, they're armed security, so I'm good. But all of you out there, you're gonna have to lose your businesses and suck it and battle for toilet paper, because I'm good. I'm chilling up here in the Hollywood Hills and I got everything I need. So understand the hypocrisy. The other thing that, who endorsed Joe Biden are technocrats. Technocrats. These are the people who are all about the censorship and the power of your voice, like silencing you. You can't say this. We're going to fact check that. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Oh, but this person can say this. They're allowed to say this. They're single-handedly manipulating the ideas and the truth that we're allowed to see. So they are complicit in the manipulation of the masses, which then leads to our ability to vote in a free election. So when we are completely bombarded for 4 years straight, longer if you count the preliminary to 2016, if you are constantly, Donald Trump's a racist, he's a son of a bitch, he's this, he's that, he's the other, we're going to impeach him, we're going to do this, and you're seeing this for years and years and years and years, you're going to believe through programming everything that you're taught, right? Asking me if I'm on Instagram. My love, I am on Instagram. I am at Lisa the Love Coach on Instagram. That's at Lisa the Love Coach. I've been hanging out on Instagram doing a lot more of my dating and relationship content over on Instagram. Instagram isn't really, getting into the politics as much as Facebook. Since I am a life coach though, certified, I wanted to come on Facebook because since COVID started in March, I have been coaching a lot of people on more life coaching stuff, anxiety, not being able to sleep right, feeling out of sorts, other things in addition to their relationships. So that's why on Facebook, I've been posting some dating and relationship stuff as well, but the people really need grounding right now. They need to feel hopeful. They need to feel that, listen, I got to surround myself with people who are thinking positively. I am that person. So look, if you're liking this and you think people in your tribe will like it, share this video. Sharing is caring. Okay. So point number one, I know to be true, is who is supporting Joe Biden? A bunch of Jezebel, celebrity hypocrites, technocrats, globalists. Look at the money train. I have followed the money trail. The money trail, you see exactly who is funding Joe Biden. Okay, now we look at Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has been endorsed by the Catholic Archbishop formerly to the United States, right? His name is Vigano. You can look this guy up. He's a badass. Spiritual, gangster, badass. And this guy's like 80, and he was retired. Right? He was chilling, drinking wine, chilling, praying to God, eating amazing food in Italy, wherever he's living. And he even went into hiding because he came out of retirement to out the corruption in the Catholic Church. So understand that Vigano, Archbishop Vigano, you can look this guy up. He's love and light, delight. He is almost like the Donald Trump of the Catholic Church. Everybody thinks, they love him. They want him to be Pope. They want him to be like, get the Pope out of there because the Pope is 100% like corrupted. You ever see the Pope with his little red shoes and his little Satanist little shout outs, Yeah, and his policies, super not upholding to, the truth of Catholicism and whatever. So he's been corrupted, right? Bottom line is this: you cannot be Christian and Catholic and vote for a candidate who supports abortion. Period. So what we know to be true is this. In this election, the present one, 63% of Catholic vote went to Trump. 63% of the Catholic vote went to Trump. In addition, Trump dominated when it came to Latinos like me, and Black America. The reason why they being the Democrats, went into this hit it hard and let's go at it and let's corrupt it, is because they saw that in Florida, Miami-Dade County to be specific, and in Texas, within an hour of one another, Trump got both. And it was very easy to see that he got it through the Black and Latin community vote. Which does what? It takes their narrative that Trump is a racist and kicks it on its ass. How are you going to tell? If the media wasn't complicit and they actually did their jobs and they weren't biased, it would be all over the news. Trump scores big with Latins and Blacks. Amazing. What an upset. But because the media is complicit with the works of the devil and the globalists all wrapped up in the same thing that people are not aware of, they're just not aware. It's an awareness thing. They didn't report that, and they're not going to report that. The media is in on the scheme, my friends. Time for you to be really disciplined about where you're getting your information from and what kind of news you're trying to get, so that you have a sense of hope, so that you actually know what's going on. If you listen to the mainstream media, the narrative will make you crazy because it is lies. And there's an entire population who is believing the lie. It is insidious, it is narcissistic abuse, and that is what's happening worldwide, okay? So, let's keep moving. What else do I know to be true? Well, one side is for murdering babies and the other side is not. Very simple. I addressed this earlier. It's basically that simple, right? So what side do you think is God force? What side do you think is light? What side do you think is darkness? And let me tell you what, they run their mouth about tolerance and we're going to be together and everybody's equal and la la la. And the second you disagree with them, they come at you with the demonic, jilted tongue. Demonic. They're shutting you down. They don't want to hear anything. This is the party of people who are burning down cities, turning them all into hellholes. Those are the people who Biden never condemned, never said anything about, and they voted for him. So who are the people who are trying to please open our churches? Like, we just want to pray during COVID. We want to be with our families. We want to have prayer. I want to go see my priest and the church is closed. Like, what can we do here? That's one side. That's what they're asking for. The other side is burning down the shit of the whole thing. So that right there tells you, what side am I on? Am I on the side of people doing damage and destruction and vandalism and killing police officers? Or am I on the side of law, order, fairness, justice, liberty, freedom for everybody, where nobody's oppressed, everybody has access to achieve whatever it is that they want in the world? The one side is making people victims, also a form of narcissistic manipulation. You become a victim. And the other side is you're to be victorious. You're to be victorious in your life, whatever you want to do. We're going to help you. We're not going to do it for you, and we're certainly not going to make you dependent on us. The other side, the left, wants the people 100% dependent on their government because that is how you are controlled. So that is another thing that you know to be true. The other thing that we know to be true is that election fraud has happened. Yes, it has. There is video footage of plenty of it. It's circulating along the internet. It's circulating all over Newsmax. If you tune into Newsmax, you will see people who are whistleblowers signing affidavits saying, I saw a Biden-Harris van pull up and there was a guy with a wagon and look, I filmed it on my video and he took ballots and they brought more out and they took some away. And I have it on video. More and more things like this happening all over the country. Mainstream media, their narrative that they're sticking to, their demonic, satanic crap is Trump doesn't have proof, Biden's president-elect, and if we behave as if he's president-elect, it is true. It is not. Okay, demons? Because here's what we have. We have the Constitution written under God. This is God's country, laws of our land that were written to uphold liberty, joy, respect for each other. More, way more. The list is so long. Read it. Danny Cohen, love you. Got to get back to work. Catch up later. Keep preaching. You nailed it on all points. Thank you, Danny Cohen. You go off to work. Prosperity for you, my friend. So the other thing is you got to go inside. You got to get quiet. You got to get quiet. Look how quiet it is here. Why do you think my dog, look, he changes his position, still chilling. He went from the side to the other side, still chilling. Why? Because I maintain the energy of my space. I, right now, super quiet. You don't see the TV with bullshit in the background. No. This is my time of quiet. This is my time to be with you guys. Prior to this, I was coaching a client. And my client was saying to me, Lisa, but I'm like in the thick of it. I live in New York, and I'm a Trump girl, but like all around me, it's Biden, and people with the masks on. And she lives in upstate New York, right? So she's on a trail and she's walking with her dog, right? No mask. It's the freaking mountains of New York state. And she's like on a trail doing her thing, social distance, and people with the masks on their bicycles, no one anywhere, and she sees them. She's like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at it. And I say, no, this is not what you do. What you do is you put blessings upon them. You ask God, right? You go to God and you say, ooh, those people with the masks, God, steer them to the light. Help them awaken. Help them awaken to your grace. Help them to awaken to your truths. Help them to feel peaceful because they're feeling nervous and anxious because they feel like they have to wear masks to go on a bicycle with nobody around them. So I ask that you help them to have an inspiration of light and truth. That maybe they see something on their feed, or their relative says something in just the right way, or maybe they feel something isn't right about this. Like, should I really be believing that Biden is president-elect? Like, none of the states actually certified this, and they start doing their digging. Pray for the people who are not on your side, for they do not know how stupid they are. Okay? This is paraphrase. Jesus said, forgive them, for they do not know what they have done. So I say, forgive them. They don't know how stupid they are. Right? Same deal, but different. So, okay. The other thing to understand is that the people who are coming out and saying that they saw irregularities in the voting, or tampering is another word that they're saying with the voting, are people who are signing affidavits willing to testify at the highest courts to share what they saw and what they believe to be true. Now, this isn't just like, I saw the car accident, she was in the wrong, she blew the red light. No, this is, if you're lying, you face perjury. This is a different level of witness. This isn't, like I said, just somebody being like, oh yeah, I saw this car accident and this chick blew a red light and he hit the guy and this and that, so it's her fault. No, this is, you need to come correct. You cannot lie. You need to sign here. This is a federal case. And so if you are lying, it is at risk of perjury. Do you understand what we're saying? And everybody's like, I get it. Give me the pen. I saw this. I saw that. I heard this. I heard that. I have my phone. I have video. I have this. I'm a poll watcher. They didn't let me in. I said so. It was a thing. This is what's happening. And the mainstream demonic media, they're not reporting this because they have their agenda. They're over here massaging their morons. And again, bless them, show them the light. Dear God, please let them be inspired to seek truth. But in the interim, they're still sitting there being massaged by the demonic forces of the globalists who want a complete global dictatorship. That's what they're after. That's their end game. Now, how do I know this? Well, because I read the Green New Deal, the World Economic Forum's, go there. It's right there. Look at their reports. Agenda 21. That's another juicy one you can sink your teeth into. It's the roadmap to our demise. It's right there on the internet. You can go read it. Agenda 21, PDF, right at the United Nations website. Print it out. Pour yourself something. Dive in. Take a highlighter pen. And whatever seems like bullshit, which is going to be a lot, a radical transformation of the globe. Everyone on the planet. Okay. What else do we know to be true? Well, the states have not certified their votes. Biden was named president-elect by the media and not the Constitution. So stop getting yourself in a tizzy about what you're seeing on the mainstream media. I don't even know why you're watching that bullshit. Go mosey on over to Newsmax. And this is what I also want to share with you too, okay? Because a lot of people have been like, how are you so positive? Like, I'm in like total anxiety. And right away, I'm like, what are you watching? What are you doing? Well, I'm on social media. I'm like, okay, number one, no. Get off. Check in. Put something out that's positive. Don't consume it. Put it out. I'm on social media. Who am I looking at? All right. So I'm going to share who I'm looking at on social media because I was able to curate my feed. So when you pay attention, you start to curate your feed. You start getting more. The algorithm starts giving you more of what it is that you're interested in. So who am I looking at? I'm looking at Donald Trump Jr. I'm looking at Candace Owens, Dan Bongino, Ben Shapiro, PragerU. Who else? And then I have like my spiritual stuff, right? So like in my house, I stream television. I'm looking at, so like my news, I'll go like Newsmax. And then in the evening, I'll check out either one or two of the following. I can't do all three. I can't. It's just not good for the energy. But Tucker Carlson, Hannity, Laura Ingraham, and then I'll watch Gaia, Gaia, Gaia. It's beautiful television. It's all about spirituality, and there's some cool stuff on there about like documentaries about personal development and improving your life, things about forgiveness, the mindset of forgiveness, like what happens in your brain when you step into gratitude, and all the research that's done upon that, and how like you can manifest things in your life if you get into gratitude. All kinds of stuff. There's also some funky stuff about extraterrestrials, and you know, if you're into that jam, there's stuff for those people on there too. You know, stuff with military and that like operations that show that, you know, there is life out there beyond us, and interesting stuff, whether you believe it or not, you know. But yeah, Gaia, Gaia, loads of good documentaries also, all about eating healthfully, understanding that the way we eat and the things that we consume do have an effect on our vibrational frequencies. So all that. So I watch that. And I'm really super disciplined about what I allow in my energy space. And you should be too. Because here's the deal. In this battle of good versus evil, right? It's a spiritual battle. You're battling, your way of doing battle is by making sure that you feel good no matter what. Making your good feeling high vibe up here, which is feelings of joy, gratitude, fun, that's going to crush the darkness, okay? So when dark forces are coming at you with fear, and you're like, no, I'm going to shut that off. I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to, you know, my dog is proof of how I keep my energy in this home, right? So you are responsible for your energy. I don't have that television on 24/7. And when I do have it on, I'm playing music, ambient music in my home that is designed to clear the home of negativity, invite in positivity, invite in prosperity. It's a blessing of this home. You can find these things for free on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and you can put music to bless the home. They have music for deep meditation, for prosperity. Like if you name it, you can find it on YouTube. So when I coach people and they do a program with me, they get all this information. Everything I'm watching, I share with them. Links to stuff, things that they can have in the background playing while they sleep to calm anxiety, to put them in a path of abundance, to handle subconscious programming that is not serving them. So I have like curated a whole library of yumminess and goodies that I share with my clients who sign on with me, and they love it and it's awesome. So this is what is important. You have to be very disciplined in what you are watching, what you are hearing, what you are eating. You need to be up leveling on the water intake. A lot of times when dehydration happens, throws your mind out into whack. You start to feel a little sluggish. You start to feel depressed. You don't feel like you're thriving in your body. So water is life. Planet full of water. Why? Because water is life. So align yourself with the goodness of earth, right? We are water, right? So you want to hydrate, you want to drink water, have a lot of water around you all the time. Just fill up a bottle, throw some lemon in it. Lemon is very good for your system, so you don't get sick, immune system. And so just me slicing lemon and lime, squeezing it and throwing it into a bottle, amazing. So this is what I'm going to leave you with, folks. You got to do it on your own, right? You got to really be 100% about, discipline, right? Discipline. I have a guy who said, I've been watching old Seinfeld marathons. Like, it makes me laugh. And it brings me back to the 90s. It brings me back to a time where things were fun in my life and I was in a good spot in my life. And just watching Seinfeld reruns, 4 episodes at night before I go to bed makes me happy, lifts me up, and then I go off to sleep. So whatever you need to do, do it. Steve says, no wonder I vibe with what you say most of the time. My inputs are all the same except for Gaia. Have you watched Gaia? Have you downloaded Gaia? Have you seen any of what content they have? It's really good. It's all about caring for yourself. I mean, yeah, there are some things out there about, aliens and stuff, but not much. It's mostly about spirit, about connection to yourself, connection to others, connection to the planet. And there are a lot of really good spiritual teachers on there, one of whom I actually studied with, 3 of them, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Margaret Paul, and Vinesh, I forget his name always, the guy from Mind Valley. So they're all over there. It's awesome. So anyway, be really super disciplined in what you are consuming and think with faith. Faith, again, belief in the unseen. So when you feel doubtful, definitely need to think of what you prefer to believe instead of what is being shown. So when you are seeing something or hearing something and you're like, oh, that's awful, it's your inside saying what you are seeing on the outside is not aligned with what your divine being knows to be true. So tap into your divine self, because that's where all your intuition is. That's where your bullshit flag is, where you're looking at the news and you're like, this is bullshit. And then you are drawn and pulled and inspired to watch something else. Yes, Vishen. Yes, I love Vishen. So if you like Vishen, go to download Gaia. I believe it was $99 for the full year. I got it off of my Amazon Prime. And when I download these things, I make a rule and I say, if I watch 10 things off of it, 10 series off of it, I've made my money back. Because if I go to the movies, it's 2 hours. It's usually a piece of shit, which I haven't been to the movies in ages. And it's $11, $12. This is $10 per thing that you're gonna see, and it's meaty, delicious content on Gaia. You're gonna get a lot of it. I actually sit and watch with my notebook, and I take a lot of things, a lot of notes, and I use it in my coaching, and I use it in my own life. So I'm a big time believer that you get to curate your own television viewing. I'm actually going to download today when I hang up with you. I was just inspired again to do this. There's a movie channel of all positive, faith-based movie production, and they have tons of them, and it's all about family and military that come home, and just things about pets and the love of animals, all this like uplifting positivity, right? That's what we need now. We need way more of that. And finally, and then I'm going, I promise you. Remember that what it is that you focus on, you get more of, good or bad. So focus on what's good. Focus on what's wanted. If you focus on what you don't want, honey, you're only going to get more of what you don't want. So shift it and say, I'm not focusing on what I don't want. I am focusing on what I do want and the good feeling of it when it happens. Tap into the feeling of when, and it will come to be, I promise you. I am Lisa the Love Coach. I hope you like this. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can, at Lisa the Love Coach. That's at Lisa the Love Coach. You can also check out my website. There is a free love life assessment there that you can take. It's at lovequestcoaching.com. And I will be back tomorrow with more upliftment and some spiritual woojie-wooj that I get for me that I pass on to you. Much love and light, you guys. It is not over. Have faith.